When I was 16, I had the opportunity to preach my first sermon, and then shortly thereafter, our pastor actually left. And as an interim in high school, I actually served a little while as the interim pastor while I was in high school and preached a number of different sermons by the time I was 18. When I went off to college at Western Carolina, I kind of left my calling for a little bit and drifted and was kind of fed up and frustrated and didn't want to go to church. There were times that I would come home to my room and I was drunk as can be, but I would sit there and I would feel bad about the way I was living, and I would pull out my Bible, and I knew that the way I was living was not the way I was raised, and it was not the way that I was called to live. And I really struggled with that. And then about that time, I received a phone call from the gentleman that was our interim pastor at the time. And he said, Beau, a number of years ago, I sensed a calling in your life. And he said, I just wanted to follow up and touch base and see what you were doing with it now. And it was like a slap in the face, because at the time, I wasn't doing anything with it. And so shortly thereafter, I transferred home and I served as the child care director at the YMCA in Kannapolis. And youth ministry was always a passion of mine, but I didn't think I was worthy enough to serve in quote-unquote real ministry. And I looked at the YMCA at the time as a mission field for folks that maybe wouldn't step foot inside the church doors. Well, this kept growing in my heart, and there was a passion burning, especially for youth ministry, and I was offered an opportunity to become a youth pastor at a church in Concord, and I served there for about 9 years. They had taken someone that was a little apprehensive about whether I was worthy enough to be in the ministry, and showed me that God always uses people like me that were imperfect beings, and He uses them to, further His kingdom and His will. I kind of grew and felt a burning to continue growing in my call and in the ministry. And about a year or so ago, I took my own appointment as a senior pastor. My name is Beau Linker, and I am called.